Just trying to get, trying to get my bearings straight. I'm outside in this concrete jungle, this man-made concrete jungle. Yeah, I'm pretty much talking about like what the fuck is going on. Fuck wrong with people. It's pretty much just some common sense. I'm just talking shit. Like really, I'm just talking shit. You know what I mean? I'm just kind of like over here on the side of McDonald's trying to use the internet because I'm too broke to want to, like, you know what I'm saying, pay for somewhere to, like, well, I don't want to pay for some some property box thing on dead native land, you know what I'm saying, on native Indian, Native American land. So that's where I'm coming from. Like, I'm this real freed man. They got me in some Zion witchcraft, some Zion program out here with fucking barely just trying to, you know what I'm saying, trying to like survival mode, which is fucked up. Most people are in survival mode and shit. Like, pardon me. Yeah, I'm just kind of, this shit is about to be summer and shit. I don't know why people think it's summer already, but it's summer coming around the corner because it's gem season and shit. So mutable air and stuff. Did a whole lot of airheaded shit. I was looking at the alignments and shit yesterday. I know Jupiter just kind of slid into Cancer and shit, so we finna be experiencing that going forward as far as expanding upon what's already familiar, or family matters, things involving the internal realm, the yin realm, things inside of you is gonna be, you know what I'm saying, expanding, or you might have gained some wisdom. You know what I'm saying? As far as how to maybe deal with emotions and feelings, because that's that Cancer energy too. Initiating, cardinal water, initiating emotions and feelings, or dealing with emotions and feelings. So and Jupiter's exalted in Cancer, so keep that. Pay attention to that also, and shit like that. I'm not finna make this as an astrology breakdown and shit, but. Yeah, I mean, what I have to say, though, applies to the transits, regardless. What, Mercury retrograding and shit? Mercury was in Gemini, but it's like a retrograde, some shit. But, like, none of this shit makes sense to me, dude. How I see it is, you got a group of invader, foreigner thoughts and feelings that came over here a few hundred years ago and settled because they was fucking with being out here and shit. And it's not all bad. Not all the people that came here initially, you know what I'm saying, like, shit was different at the time. But as time went on, you had people that came, more people came kind of as a flood. So that's the first starting point of any immigration conversation that we should be having today. Is this was native land and shit, and probably and whoever like the quote unquote the Incas and the Aztecs and shit, which would have been like Central, like Central America and South America. That's like native shit too. That was like natives and stuff. But we talk about this North American continent part and Canada and shit, and natives. It's all like natives here and shit, and all the wildlife and all the creatures that existed: ducks, birds, eagles, bears, original like salmon at one point. I don't even, like, a lot of the fish nowadays probably like some GMO shit, not even real fish. It's like spliced and hybrided. So they took like a whole bunch of things that was probably in nature at one point, and they just did like a whole bunch of their own personal like lab experiment test type of after stealing all their knowledge and wisdom from the natives, because they didn't have no language. They didn't know about no like alchemy practices or astrology and astronomy and shit. They didn't know about none of that shit over there in goddamn Asia and shit. So we start talking about this white boy concept. This is like some shit so after the fact, because we could see what they made as far as the Amerigo family, the Americans and shit. And it's a mentality. It's not skin color. I ain't talking about like just white people as far as what people think. You know what I'm saying? Logically and shit, how people got lost in colorism and shit. No, this shit been, like, there was people getting slaved. You know what I'm saying? Like, there was quote unquote Africans or Negroid type of individuals that were getting enslaved by other Negroid individuals in quote unquote in what they call in Africa and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say a lot of the story has gotten mixed around, and they just lied about a bunch of shit. And they was probably here for a minute, then went back to over there and shit. Then that's when motherfuckers started plotting on what the fuck was finna happen with these lands, like after they learned enough from the natives. Because it was millions of motherfuckers here and shit, probably hundreds of millions of natives here and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just as many people there are today, it was probably just as many natives here and shit. So it was like, they wasn't coming off the boat like just going guns and blazing and shit and fighting war and cannons and straight to Thanksgiving. No, it's like the real story needs to be addressed. But you know, I get it. If you in rulership, that, like, why would you tell on yourself kind of thing? Like, why would you even do that? So you just going, of course, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, if I wanted to be in a rulership and pretend to be God and go to that kind of hell of a world that I'm making for myself, shit, I'd be lying to everybody, including myself. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You gotta be. It's like you gotta be the biggest delusion of a lie in existence. That, you know, to try to even go in that kind of lane against, like, life. You know, you're not even talking about humanity. We're talking about life. You know what I'm saying? Talk about life, the rivers and shit that dried up, all kind of shit. So like, it wasn't all bad initially, but somewhere from then and a lot of manipulation and shit. So that's like what we experiencing today. So I don't be understanding, like, just in general though, people go to work and shit. Nothing wrong with like I get everybody got different things they practicing. Certain people are trying to practice certain qualities to improve they spiritual progression, like they spiritual life, like whatever body they create next. They might need to be at a job so they can learn a certain kind of like discipline. You get what I'm saying? But you get what I'm saying? We in some shit where it's just middleman motherfuckers taking advantage of that. Like, where we could be pretending, if that's what motherfuckers want to do, is like be big ass kids and like play house and play dress up and play kitchen, because that's how I'm seeing it, and play money and play grocery store clerk and shit like that. So that's how I'm looking at it. Like, people just playing roles that they don't even really know what they're doing. And if most people aren't interested in their role, like they position as much as they are. Like, for example, like somebody just in a grocery store, they don't really give a fuck like that. They just there for a job, right, to make money. So by default, that mentality, not the body itself, that person, but the mentality is a foreign thought. Like, oh, I'm just here to do a job and get paid. You get it? And probably assimilate and be a part of this, you know what I'm saying? This migration thing where you get a house, you get some land, you get a bank loan, you get some credit, like this whole shit where you got to believe in they God for any of it to work for you. And you know what I'm saying? And the whole time they don't even, they're doing, like, they're breaking all of the laws and shit that they want you to follow and shit. And then you even get good at the game, they'll fuck around and change some shit. You know, you can have a business or something, they'll fuck around and hit you with a bunch of fees and shit, like a whole bunch of new fees and shit, like you know what I'm saying? Might be 1 year cool, then maybe like a year or something, you know what I'm saying, you wasn't even paying at first, and then they're like, oh yeah, this is for this, that, and the third reasoning and shit, and then now you paying an extra like maybe $2,000 a month or a year or something for some property upkeep, or you know what I'm saying, some policy shit somebody made somewhere so that they can keep scamming everybody. So you got a bunch of niggas scamming everybody, and then you got people getting scammed. They might just be trying to live their life and do what they think is correct for their spirit, and then you got people kind of like middlemen in that, like being, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's a deep trickery going on. Like, you got niggas scamming you know what I'm saying? So they like, really, everybody could be doing shit. All right, so like niggas that want to build houses, for example, like construction people, Like they got that. That's just clearly that's a quality and a skill and ability that they just naturally got, right? So like how I'm looking at it is, what's stopping motherfuckers from being a team of niggas that do construction and they got their own little crew and they business and shit, and they go around and be like, hey, look, I'll build you we'll get the resources, or you pay for the materials and everything and shit like that. We'll put it together for you. You get what I'm saying? And then in return, shit, we might need we might need some new type of like tools or something to do that, you know, to build houses better. So we'll build houses for free and shit, because this is what we like to do. This is our craft. This is our, like, you know what I'm saying? This is our trade. This is our skill and shit. This is what we doing, like, to help the Great Spirit, as far as that, you know what I'm saying? As having a piece of matching yourself, and then having like a tethering cord into this external, in the spiritual realm and shit. So like y'all have a cool mean ass business where y'all build houses and shit, and y'all doing something for God, to help God expand and create this next more godly type of body that we're all having a piece of participating with, as far as this organization, from being in that more in that godly type of purpose, of a life purpose. And like, look, we want to build houses for people. Shit, who's to say that they don't get a bunch of support to do that, or the people that they're helping, like, hey, look, we'll build these houses and shit, and then you just make sure that we got food and stuff, or you make sure we got food and clothes, and like basic shit. You get what I'm saying? It's like we just, as people be lost in thinking they need to go with this middleman party of they family and they in God we trust security concept mechanism, which is pretty much outdated at this point. Like, even if we want to keep going along with money and shit, the shit is outdated. You know what I'm saying? The people in charge of all the money and all the checks, and whoever's writing the paperwork and signing the bills and sending out credits and credentials, sometimes you get paid electronically. So it's like, what the fuck is even the paper at this point? You get that y'all using to write down and shit, if everything is backed and supported by people and the people's time? Because I'm the only one that's creating and generating any real energy out here. Otherwise there would be no electricity. This is like the shit, like, you go back in the day, the natives had a whole well oil running machine. There was no European or foreigner type of investment or just any influence here on these lands like that. And that's not to me for to open up that can of worms, because it's not like, I'm not speaking out of malice. I'm just speaking practically. If we're talking about practical shit that we're dealing with today, as far as like just materials and shit, the shit that people have made to be important or have made to be material. Think about important. If something ain't that important to you, most likely you know how to create it for yourself. So it's not that important to you, because you know you could make a lot of it. You could keep making it. But if something is important, then that means it had to get imported. That means you had to get it from another space outside of you. You know what I'm saying? So this is where like the real spirituality comes in, where you ain't God, bitch. You ain't got everything. Even if you were the natives, this is what the natives understood. This is why the natives were so welcoming to the foreigner settlers that came at the time, because it's like, we brought y'all over here. It's like we already knew we hit like a certain point on our own time, and we needed additional like support or additional help, whether that was machines, the manufacturing type of qualities and shit. Like, that shit is admired to this day. I still respect that. Like, I don't know how to build a fucking bridge or build a lot of the math and shit being like natives and shit. Like, I know how to build a bridge, but I'm just talking about like physically. There's people that physically do that shit, right? They go out there with the cranes and the machines and shit. Like, I don't know how to build a bulldozer. You get what I'm saying? But somewhere at this point, or at some point going forward, a bulldozer was going to be required at some point, or some type of concept like that, where natives was still going to be trying to improve their village and the home structures and the hogans and shit. It's just, you get what I'm saying? They coming from a more outside, like inverted, like, you know what I'm saying, as if you like the skin, yeah, like your bones and shit was showing or something, and then like they just like inside out. They in some like inside out quality, and then they came over here, and like now everything is like more, you know what I'm saying, imploded and inside outed, and the natural ways that were naturally this land and these lands and shit, because the atmosphere bends in on itself to become the environment. Man, shout out to Dolo the Pilot Man. Like, I can't say that enough. You know what I mean? But it's like it's just so much what's the word? Like misunderstandings, you could say, or what's the word I'm thinking about? Like misunderstanding, yeah, but like more misconstrued. A lot of misconstrusions. A lot of things got misconstrued, or just like these motherfuckers just they clearly never knew anybody from more of that like Arab, Berber, like Asian offspring of the. I want to say that should go back to the Asian, like the Asian. At some point, because I remember meeting enough dark motherfuckers that are quote unquote niggas, but I met a lot of niggas that looked Asian as fuck and had very like slanty kind of eyes and shit. And not even just that. Quote unquote, my mom, her dad, when her dad was alive, and they quote unquote, they were like quote unquote Caucasian white or whatever, but like everybody mixed. But her dad used to like kind of joke around with her or make fun of her. I don't know, maybe she didn't take it as a joke, but he would kind of like tell her she looked Asian, you know, and she's a white lady, right? And if everybody lost in the colorism perspective, this lady that is my mom or whatever that gave birth to me, she's her own dad, who was a white dude from Indiana. You know what I'm saying? So at some point, Pilgrim Man came and mixed in with a lot of the natives and shit, and a whole bunch of shit. Asian man was over here, free Asian man was building railroad tracks and shit. African man was here. Everybody just got at some point was here and was brought here and shit. But originally though, it was native land. So that's the main like underlying conversation that ain't really being. It's like people are trying to avoid that. You know what I mean? And that's like disrespectful to the native spirits, because like, bitch, you ain't going nowhere. But whatever, that's for y'all. Like, if that's what you want to make up as a reality, where you want to like be lost in synthetic shit and not really know the actual reality of things that occurred and what happened and how things naturally occurred, how things even come to be, like how your ass even popped out of a butthole when you was a baby and shit. And people just be thinking words and shit. And that's where I'm like, wow, this is like blasphemy each day. Each second, this is straight blasphemy of people just agreeing with shit they don't even know what they're agreeing to, just so they could get a desire, because they lost into that light and don't know where to start as far as how they even became aware of just themselves being quote unquote alive. You know, so it's like people be dead as hell, don't even spiritually be dead, like spiritually asleep, dormant, eternal slumber type shit. Like, who know? I don't even know if these type of spaces will wake up again. You know what I'm saying? They might just cease to you know what I'm saying? Spaces close up. You know what I mean? And they get smaller and shit. They don't like. It's either getting bigger and contracting and shit, and the overall progression. But if it's some negative shit, it's just gonna like contract and get smaller until it's just, I don't know. I don't want to find out. But a whole bunch of scamming going on. People are working for free. People are working to getting slaved. That's what I don't understand. Why am I gonna go spend all my time of my precious life that I'm aware, because this is shit, I value my life. I value my time and shit. And a lot of what I've seen is people go work at a company 20 years plus, or however many years plus, or however many jobs, or whatever the fuck, and you still get old, end up in a wheelchair or with a crutch or a cane or some shit. You'd be lucky to be moving around without a scooter. in your elderly years and stuff, or like without a little wheelchair walker thing. So if you moving around and shit, and you in your 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, you did something correct in your like young this time, or you just got a certain kind of spirit that's just like stay youth. Yeah, you know how to keep creating youthful energies and stuff. But the point of what I'm saying is, people just accept this whole idea of, oh, I gotta go, you gotta, oh yeah, you know, well, that's just the way it is. You gotta go to work, you know, money, blah blah blah. It's like, you don't have to, like, that's the whole point. It only is a thing. Money only exists as a thing because you choose to believe in it, because of your belief system. So I don't believe in money like that. Therefore, I live my life accordingly. So I'm still here. I damn near got everything everybody else got, except like maybe some walls and shit, like to go to sleep at night. You know, I might not have a box type of shelter thing, but I got everything you got. A phone, or the ability, or at least the ability, even if I didn't have a phone and I was broke, I at least know I got the ability to go get a phone. You know what I'm saying? Or something. Like, so it's always about like, I know I got abilities, and then there's people that don't got abilities that are trying to make me or make you the person, if you got it, because you got abilities also. I ain't just here by myself. So everybody got they different abilities and shit. It's just, again, people just be giving their power away that we could be giving each other that teamwork makes the dream work type of love and bonding and exchange and relationship, instead of, that's really what it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It's this 1, 2, then we make a 3. We in some 4 thing, like some, like this middleman, a third party, but it makes a 4th point. So it makes you think like, we're like, wait, hold on, dude. Me and you are both related. I could see you right there. You out here, like, okay, business, or we out here, nigga. You right there. I could talk to you. We could dap it up. I can see that, you know what I'm saying? You change clothes, you take a shower, like whatever the case may be. I can see you right there. There you are. Yet you got some motherfuckers wherever they at, not even in reality, because I wasn't born in the Vatican. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't born up under the Vatican somewhere, or wherever the fuck, up under, or I wasn't born up under some synthetic comfortability, like wherever, some undercover reality. I wasn't born under the covers. Now maybe I popped out in a hospital, and then they try to put a blanket over my head, or put a blanket over me, so that they could play some type of god and shit, like they got the canopy and they got the covering, like they had the atmosphere, or they trying to blank it out, you know, and blank out some shit where they just trying to cover you up and be your mental layer of cloth. And that, especially in that vulnerable moment, being a fresh baby, you don't even remember that. It just happened. So that's the weird shit we dealing with. Like, why are the people in the world that justified with a foggy ass human brain and retardation? Why is that even like okay for a stranger to just have a job in a land that they don't belong in really like that, unless they from here? But I don't think so. The real medicine man ain't going to go be a fucking doctor and go spend 30, 40 years to try to get a PhD. You got to get picked for all that shit, dude. Stop playing with me, dude. So no doctor just happened just got lucky to be a doctor. No, they got selected to be a puppet doctor and get paid, because they don't do shit. They don't just do shit but prescribe you pills and tell you some bullshit. They don't even know how to help you for real. They a lot of times they look unhealthy and shit like that. I'd be like, how is this my doctor right now? I'd be like, I look more in shape than the person they put in a position to try to act like me. Like, that's the reality of what's going on. Anybody, whatever positions, these be positions like motherfuckers is cosplaying and native hobbyism and shit over on dead natives. So like a doctor, that's just somebody trying to cosplay being a medicine man, or, you know what I mean, one of the native chiefs in the village, or chiefess, or one of the native medicine men type of quality that just knew how to take care of themselves and take care of their bodies and be aligned correctly. As above, you know what I'm saying? As above, so below type shit. As within, so without, or however the fuck. But it's some inside out, and then but we know like outside aligns with our internal place. So that's like the conundrum. Like they on that tip, like the outside trying to look in, and then if you in the end, you just in the end looking out, trying to like what is you trying to do? I'm already in here. I can see you trying to look in. I can see you trying to get in. I can see how you try to get rid of everybody like me that was inside. We was in. We didn't go. You didn't go nowhere. The holy ones didn't go nowhere. I'm back, bitch. I'm back. Like, how many lifetimes you want me to live? You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of motherfuckers, these niggas ain't coming back, dude. George Washingtons and Ben Franklins and Thomas Jeffersons and shit. These weren't even real people. Yet there's people that follow these like ideas, the ideologies and shit. These logos, these mentalities, these thoughts and feelings, like these were actual people or some shit, or like these were actual Jesus characters or something. You get it? It's like, it's retarded. Shout out to Dolo the Pilot, man, because I'd probably be just as lost as everybody else if I wasn't peeping game. But I always was questioning the whole God argument, so I don't think I was ever in that lane of being a sheep, because since I was me and who I was as a spirit and a child, I was always different than the people I was born around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was always like different. So now I know why. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I got part native in me, and that shit was like activated, or I tapped into that real early on and shit. And I'm probably a native spirit that was around here, like I was. Like I'm a native spirit that was here. You know what I mean? Whether I was a main chief, star player, or if I was just in the village, being a part of the band or a tribe, or a warrior. You know what I'm saying? But nigga, I was here. Probably was a warrior or something, bro. I'm not playing. I could have been around like the Sitting Bull camp. I could have been around Sitting Bull now, because I got a south node on Taurus. And my moon is in the second house. You know, like Cancer energies in the moon be tied into like past lives and shit. So, pardon me, man. I don't look like nobody else. My body don't, like, I ain't got blowed up by all the yeast like everybody else got blowed up by all the yeast. I move around and shit. I don't even think the same. I'm like, man, I'm not waiting for this bus right now. I'm finna walk, or I'm just gonna walk. You know what I mean? Give it up to the Great Spirit. And, like, I'm not waiting around on a man to come and save me. And then I know the very same people that have whatever they have currently in a rulership position had to steal it from my people. You know what I'm saying? Had to steal it from the native people and shit. And that's the only reason why you got whatever it is you got, bitch. So give me back what's mine, and what's the birthright of you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not the only one. You know what I'm saying? God's children, the holy ones, Uriel, you know what I'm saying? Uriel's people and the God's children. Yeah, like the land is there. It's not like it's not going nowhere. You don't own it, and you're not taking it with you when you die either. So, bitch, when you die, you better hope you come back to the land that you claim, that you're trying to claim, bitch. That's the point. If you're not actual spiritually tied to that land, bitch, you think you finna come back to the land, bitch? That's for anybody. I don't care if you die in I don't care if you think you're from goddamn California or Texas or New York or Jersey or wherever the fuck you think you from, or goddamn wherever the fuck. If you more on a percentage level from goddamn fucking Australia or some shit, your ass should be your ass need to go back to Australia. That way you don't be in a land and die in a state of being that your spirit is gonna be at unrest and shit, and not fitting in with, and not, you know what I'm saying? Then you ain't gonna have no people there to even help you out or nothing like that. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, this shit is not a game to play with. People finna die in this land, and they spirit just be floating around. Probably need vessels like myself and others to even like be relating these type of messages, so that people could know, like, look, there's spirits that died out here that are like pilgrims and shit, foreigners and shit. You know what I mean? Like a bunch of pilgrim spirits, like even going back to like quote unquote the Civil War or whatever the case may be, like, which is after the fact shit. But there's like there's still like Briticana man, there's still like French man out here, like there's still like certain spirits out here that are trapped, like in the cement, in certain bricks, certain doors and shit. You know what I mean? Certain like metals and shit, certain boats that might have sank. You know, like war boats and shit. This is another crazy thing I just seen on the maps. It might not have changed on the Google Maps on your phone, but it was some type of maps thing I was doing online for something, and I seen on this map. It's kind of like, it was pretty much like a Google map, but it's not like the app on your phone, but it was like an extension on some website or some shit. That map had the, you know, the Gulf of Mexico is no longer the Gulf of Mexico. It's now called the Gulf of America, which I thought was like, I was like, what? They calling that shit the Gulf of America now? Man, it's like, it's deep, dude. This is some deep shit. Like, I could see why, like, people though would be kind of like intimidated by the idea, or because change, you know what I'm saying? Change is inevitable, but like, I could see how like spirits be like trying to hold on to the past, to the previous mind for dear life. Because as a spirit, you know, you got to move on and change. You have to do that. But it's like, you might not know how to create a better mind than the one you already made. So it'd be spirits that be scared, like trying to hold on to that previous mind, because they feel like if they go through that like naked dying kind of process of having to create another thought and feeling, a new mentality, that's like super scary for a lot of people, for a lot of spirits, a lot of spaces that aren't used to being here. And this might be their first few lifetimes around and shit, or maybe this is like they just became a human. You know what I'm saying? Like this might be like their first few lifetimes as a human and shit. They still getting acquainted to being what it means to being human and shit. Yeah, that might scare the shit out of a spirit. You know what I mean? That might scare the shit out of somebody that ain't familiar with this type of like life process type of shit. So I be to myself, because I always been like this. I never needed a whole flock of people around me. You know what I mean? And I always knew like my body was like, I always knew, even if I was insecure, a little like lacking confidence, not lacking, but maybe down on my light emitting at the time, I was lost at the whole, not lost, but I was sorting out a lot of shit. And I don't want to go back and I don't want to like, but a lot of spirits be just in sunken places and shit and don't even know it, and then they die in that state of being and then like got to come back again, and it's just, bro, this whole world is just like, this shit is retarded as fuck. This shit is so retarded. Like, we need a new word. We need a new word for like what the fuck is being experienced at the moment, because it's like people are beyond dead. Like, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, we need a new word for this type of experience. Like, I don't think humans been, this is like some new shit we never been, because we never was like doing synthetic shit. So I couldn't even tell you what to do in some new territory where there was actual shift in reality like that's going on. But I can't tell you how your synthetic world is supposed to like get up to speed and get aligned with the new cycle. I can't tell you how to do that, and y'all just keep trying to steal shit from, you know what I'm saying, Dolo the Pilot Man, and anybody else that think like Dolo the Pilot Man or think similar. So I don't understand why, like, what's stopping the government? All right, here's some common sense shit. Cause I got warmed up, and stuff. What's stopping the government, God.gov, what's stopping these motherfuckers wherever they at from, like, all right, if you claim to be God and you claiming to like being like you the best, you the most responsible type of adult spirit that's in charge of the materials and the resources and shit. Since y'all claiming shit, right? Private property. So y'all playing this Monopoly game, or like you got the stage set where you flattened it out, right? And y'all got props and shit, property. So you looking at things, people who play, people, birds and shit, trees, like animals, like people though mainly, right? You looking at people like property in the house that they claim to want to they buying. Y'all look at the house like it's y'all property, and these people, anybody that's using dollars is y'all doll, y'all voodoo doll puppy, and y'all somewhere playing God, puppet mastering everybody. Y'all might not look at it like that, but that's what y'all doing. You trying to like, so y'all trying to claim to be the center starting point of like existence, and you don't know what you fucking with. You don't know what you fucking with. That's not something you shouldn't be trying to claim to be existence itself. When you a weak fucking human, when you a human somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Most likely at this point you was born into some shit, so you just inheriting. You going to read a book about what your forefathers and shit, your grandfathers and shit, and your grandmothers and shit, and, you know what I mean, what they did. You know what I'm saying? To take from the natives and what led up to this point. So that's all y'all niggas is doing somewhere, and y'all just gonna keep shadow banning anybody like me, because that's all y'all can do is just ignore. That's the only thing you can do is just ignore the truth, because the truth will blind you. Shit is bright. You know, y'all already blind and shit, but this is like a reverse blinding. You see the truth and get unblinded because you was blind. You was lying to yourself so hard. You was lying to yourself for so long and stuff. This is like the anti-light. You know what I'm saying? It's like the anti. It's the most truth shit, but it's like it's not fake. There's no fake light that y'all trying to wear. So I mean, shit, if you want to cup JFK me, I'm right here, bitch. I've been waiting for y'all niggas to come like Martin Luther King me or something, or JFK me. Nothing. Still ain't nothing happened, dude. You know what I'm saying? I have to be the one to put myself in a situation where I end up putting myself in some compromising situation for y'all to do anything. Otherwise, if I'm cool and shit and minding my business and just going about my life and shit, I'm not really. What is really the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got everything. What else do you need? Like, that's the weird part. Like, what else do you need? It's not even about the money. Y'all in some like power and control. Y'all got some Pluto. Y'all gotta go like check y'all Pluto or check y'all Saturn or something. Like, y'all got some like authority and power and control like dilemma with y'all selves. Y'all need to like resolve or something. Cause you damn for sure ain't the God over me or anybody I know and shit. And I done put people on and like made people be aware of certain shit. So it's like, even if people don't totally get where I'm at on my level, they for sure listen to what I had to say and probably respect what I said. Cause y'all niggas, where y'all niggas at? Again, what's stopping the God.gov from like making some tiny home somewhere? First of all, there's enough like open space and land for everybody. Like, you just got little tiny dick little niggas and shit. Some old niggas and shit somewhere trying to be like somebody, like mad that somebody like me is even alive, to remind they ass that they did some weak ass shit and mentally they did some after the fact shit. Because these niggas can't dunk a basketball. They don't got that. They don't got that within them. They don't even know what that feel like. They gotta create a box and watch niggas that actually got it, the gold and shit, go in there and light shit up and light they bitch ass box up. Without that, then when the gold leave, then what? It's just a box. Probably with it's just a dead ass box with some empty. You'd be lucky if there's a body inside. You get what I'm saying? These niggas don't even got a body, dude. They try to claim to be a government, an organization, a body, and I don't even fucking see the body. I see a bunch of dismembered body parts. And shit all like discombobulated. So I'm like, what kind of fucking body did y'all make? And even try to make? You didn't even successfully make a body for real. And y'all did it external. You did some synthetic externalized way of going about that after the fact, after you already got a body. So it's like you didn't even correct this body internal nature. You trying to do some shit outwardly after you already here with a retarded ass mentality that created a retarded ass body that you think you gonna change that by using other people. You know how weak y'all niggas get? They getting so goddamn weak. It's not even funny. But it's hilarious because it's like y'all almost got me. Y'all almost kind of had me rocked to sleep. Almost. Like here and there, y'all almost got me. But I know I'm kind of like still in my own desires and shit. But yeah, these niggas just scamming, bruh. I don't know what's stopping them if they really genuinely want to play. Like, okay, say you were God in that hypothetical concept in y'all mind, say y'all God and shit. What's stopping y'all from helping people? What's stopping y'all from helping y'all? Okay, if people are your creation and everything is out here, your creation, the birds and the ocean and everything, why are y'all destroying shit? Why are you destroying people? Why are people ending up in wheelchairs? Why is there no food for anybody to grow? Why do everybody got to go to these storefronts, which are pretty much just like centralized market, like, you know what I'm saying? Just like a farmer's market, but they just bunched. It's just a colonized, just another colonized aspect of nature, where people at one point was just naturally in nature being able to have seeds and grow shit and go to the tree and pick fruit off the tree and not take too much because we know, okay, that tree needs to reproduce. Yeah, it's like you don't take too much. Now it's like, where the fuck is the original seeds at? There aren't none because you niggas somewhere took them and destroyed everything else. You know, and now they're playing God and shit. Okay, so if you God and shit with all the seeds that you claiming the land and shit that you didn't even help make, you don't even know how it spiritually, how the land mass even came to be, and how we do things in the mind first, and how that came to like condense and become to be. Like now y'all probably know, copy and dolo the Pilot Man and shit. And people like me, you know, people like us and shit that was just doing it naturally, like doing shit naturally. So if you're claiming to be God, okay, why are you not taking care of your creation? Your creation out here hurt, calling on you, like, where you at, God? Where you at, Jesus? All right, since y'all want to be like the natives so bad that y'all killed, that y'all probably realize, like, damn, we fucked up. Why aren't y'all, nigga? There's people out here that want to see y'all. There's people out here that are like, where's God at? They're standing around, they're idle. A lot of people out here are getting high off of the drugs that y'all are making. One of them is called fentanyl. That was a man-made thing that didn't just fall out the sky and that wasn't just growing on a fucking tree somewhere. You crazy? So I'm looking at that whole drug shit like they literally just made some shit. It's like there's a lot of points to it. One being population control, one being some health shit. They don't want people to like wake up and be healthy, so they're trying to control the collective progression on the health tip. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of it has to do with your body and your mental, you know, mental health and shit like that. So a lot of mental illness. Pretty much just a whole bunch of disabling qualities so that they could sell you something that they made as a quote unquote solution, but then you got to keep going back to them for it. So they just like, but that's a trap house, dude. That's a trap house. The fuck? Nigga, you taking the land and you just made a trap house, dude. That's all. And then y'all doing some gay shit too at that, like some weird like rainbow shit at that. Where y'all, all these cameras and shit, y'all spying on everybody. You got footage of everybody and shit, all this weird Diddy shit. Not to bring that shit up, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what is y'all niggas doing each day? I think it's time for the world to know. Like, we tired of the espionage. You know, I'm done with the espionage shit. Y'all niggas need to like come out the closet with y'all weird ass. Like, I can be honest about myself. Why can't you? You know what I mean? You're supposed to be God and shit. You okay? Show me some godly shit. Because I'm not seeing it. You know, I'm not seeing the good qualities of like y'all claim to have in the Bible and stuff. Like y'all claim to be and stuff. Good old like, you know what I'm saying? These messiahs and shit. Whatever the fuck y'all claiming. That's just a whole bunch of allegories of like how y'all like killed off the natives and took over certain like lands and certain regions and shit. Bunch of trickery, dude. I'm seeing it, bro. Y'all, I see it now. Y'all can't I can't unsee it. I see it. I could go back in time and see all kind of shit. See the right now where things are leading. If things stay on this trajectory path, I be seeing it, dude. I was just at the bus stop the other day, and some dude fucking pulled up like. Well, I was talking to some random couple, but I'm not gonna go into that. But then some whole other dude pulled up, a white boy, honestly, a white boy, and he was like, "Man, Bob," he's all like distraught. He's like, "Man, da 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 da, you know, they're out here talking about they don't got no fentanyl. I mean, all they got is fentanyl and blues and blah blah blah, whatever he was saying. Man, I'm just trying to get some crack. They don't got no crack out here, man. How come?" He was all like trying to tell this other dude that's like got mental illness, like him, trying to like relate to him or something, right? I don't know if these dudes knew each other, but they acted like they knew each other. And I'm like looking at dude, and I'm like, bro, you sound like a victim. He's like, man, my mom just died, man. I'm just trying to get some crack. I'm like, what? This was a real moment in my life at the bus stop. Imagine if I was a kid or something and I'm hearing that. Or like if say I was in school or something, like in high school or some shit. I'm like you know what I mean? After school or something. Say I'm getting on the bus. Like, or say I'm anybody. Anybody to hear that. Man, I done been on the bus and there was niggas smoking blues on the bus. On the back of the bus before. Y'all niggas is out of line, dude. Lab experiment niggas, bro. Where y'all at, man? Stop trying to play lab experiment with my life and other people's life. We're not we're not fucking rodents. You can't play with my life. I will hurt you in the spirit realm. You will spiritually get abused for the rest of eternity for even trying to play that type of shit on me. That's not even a threat. I don't got to do shit but just be playing with the internet and shit. Because they know I'm outside. You know, they know I'm using like McDonald's Wi-Fi and shit. You know what I'm saying? I had a good 40 minutes to like track and coordinate my, where's he at? Yep, that's him. Let's fuck with his internet. Maybe it's because I kind of walked away for a moment, but nah, man. That's another thing too I noticed in the past 10 years, and it's really not my whatever, it's y'all shit, but y'all internet started like getting way worse after all that 2020 shit. Before 2020 and all that 5G shit, claiming whatever, the internet outside, like you could stand outside the grocery store or some shit, use the internet, like, you know what I mean, be cool, bro, and like, you know what I mean, it reached. Now it's like you got to be in the store for the signal to work, like, and stay good and stay connected, or you got to be dumb as fuck, like right on the side of the wall. Like even then it'd be like it don't work and shit. So it's like you could be right outside the McDonald's and the internet don't work unless you like at a certain point around the perimeter or something. This is weird shit. So it's like, even if I am a paying customer, like bathrooms are only for paying customers, bro. I just went to the bathroom and the fucking seat was covered in piss. You know why? Probably because there's so many people out here broke as fuck that are coming through the drive-through line, because maybe this is the cheapest thing that they can afford and shit to eat. You know what I mean? If they one of the people that's still eating food and shit like that, all right, whatever. But this is like you know what I'm saying? It's still affordable compared to like going to, I don't know, whatever. A lot, yeah, it's whatever. So people just be into what they into. But the point is, why am I going like? It's like the y'all quality of what y'all asking for as far as what y'all want me to respect as y'all policy. Y'all not even upholding y'all don't even uphold y'all policy. So why do you think I should? You get it? What the fuck? Yet you want to put me in jail, or put somebody else in jail, or cast a stone at somebody, or there just be people out here still retarded, knowing like listening to what I'm saying is correct. Then I might say one thing right after that. They're like, okay, then so why are you still doing this, or why are that. Then everybody want to get quiet, like a little child would, like a child would get quiet, because a child don't know what to say. It's just saying shit, babbling, and it's just saying shit, rhetoric. Just copying the adult spirit. So if you don't even know what you're saying, how the fuck did you get so much goddamn synthetic power in this world? And how is your goddamn your status, or whoever, or your business, or whatever the fuck? How does y'all shit outweigh me and what people like myself and others, and how we think and how we being? Because we made this world, the actual world. Like, you know, like I got a piece of that. I didn't do it entirely, but I got a piece of that. The sky, when you look, and people are like, yeah, God. Well, they point up at the dead. They point up at Native American spirits that got killed and sent this and forced and sent to Samsar. Now and then they put satellites up there in the 1800s and shit. So whatever you think is a star out there, whatever miles away, thousands of kilometers, millions of billions of light years away and shit. No, it's just a goddamn fucking satellite, because you can see them moving around and shit. If you stay outside, if you was ever quote unquote like homeless long enough, you would have been outside looking up. Like, not even that, if you ever smoked enough blunts with your homies or some shit, or just to yourself, and you was outside enough, like just, you know, trying to free your mind, you would have seen one of these things move, these objects moving through the sky one of these nights, and it was glowing. People were retarded. Oh, is that a UFO? Alien life must. Oh yeah, you know, we can't be the only ones here. Life is. You know what I'm saying? What do you think? What do you think? What do you think is out there, dude? I don't know, dude. Man, dude, what if they got like bad bitches on Mars, dude? Would you go there? They're like, that's how they want me to talk, bro. They want niggas to talk like, yo, dude, I just took a perky. I just took a perky, dude, and I just got super zooted. And I went to Neptune for like 2 millennia. Dude, I hit some DMT that took me out of this millennia. Dude, I'd never been so high. I smoked DMT, dude, and I swear I seen the God molecule. I kid you not, man. It was beautiful. It was, I swear, dude, God exists, bro. The DNA structure is literally a bunch of crystal formations that elves made in the elf factories. Yeah, dude, elves made your DNA, dude. I'm trying to tell you, dude. You'd never been there though. You'd never smoked DMT. So you never seen the elves in the light factory building DNA code. I'm trying to tell you, dude. This is how this is how Steve Jobs made the Apple computer back in the early 90s, 2000s, dude. And Wozniak, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. They must have hit some DMT, and they tapped into some advanced human genetics. We're a super species, man. We're like superhumans. You might as well be a Super Saiyan. Have you not seen the movie Lucy? You haven't seen the movie Lucy, dude? Do you not see, dude? That shit exists, man. That's a real thing, man. Somebody back somewhere they found out, man. They found out some new medicine that they made. They figured out some new medicines and shit, man. And they figured out how to like enhance your body and tap into all the other percentage levels of your brain. You know, you only use 5% of your brain, or whatever, or 10%, whatever it is. Yeah, they figured out a way, dude. They do a lot of plant research, a lot of studies of the environment, and whatever they came to conclusion to as far as their scientific research and their studies. Because these are people that went to college. What are you talking about? These are people with college degrees and advanced school and education, and they read a lot of books. And I know those books cost money, dude. Those aren't cheap books. Nobody's gonna make up some shit and put it in school and not be real. Dumb? Everything in that book makes sense. That's the realest book. That's like one of the realest books you'll ever get to read. So, you know, a lot of these guys spend like 20 years reading books and shit, and then traveling, and who knows, you know? So, like, they come up with shit like DMT or shit like from the movies or Lucy. I don't even know what that shit was called, but like, it had enhances your cognitive ability. And you can start tapping into your superhuman traits, because this is who we are, you know? We're all like magnificent spiritual beings, and, you know, having this new age experience. And really, you know, if you tap in hard enough, you can do some super advanced shit, dude. Like come up with make computers. Dude, like somebody made a phone, dude. That's like one of the smartest dudes ever. You know that, right? Steve Jobs and what? Like, dude, that's fucking genius, dude. We can talk from here to wherever you at. You can see me, and I can't see you, but you can see me talk. Well, if we were FaceTiming, I'd be able to see him. Like, you can like not even know each other, dude. And you can see me in each other on, dude. And you can be wherever you at watching me. I don't even know you, dude. And I can be on here like I'm on stage. Like I'm doing college lecture, dude. That's fucking cool, dude. Are you serious, dude? You know what I'm saying? And I know I'm not getting a lot of views and streams because, you know,
that Jesus is more likely is off of blues and I'm trying to drive for you. I'm driving around with all the truck for you. Something y'all might get pulled over. You might be slumped in the passenger seat. Let Jesus drive around for you. And don't let Jesus get pulled over. Don't let Jesus get pulled over. Don't let Jesus get stopped for speeding and then Jesus got the blick. Don't let Jesus have the blicky on him and you folded over in the seat with the straw and with the fork. Bro, are you serious? Are you? Everybody is a fucking baby at this point, and all their children. Somehow think whatever you do is correct. I don't know who's letting children play around with guns. I don't know who's letting children do fraud at the highest level with taxes and money laundering and money fraud. I don't know who told children to start learning alchemy that natives has never do. I don't know who told children to start picking up crystal meth and shit like that, and crystal objects and cars. And who told y'all to even do that?
Who told y'all to even? Why are we letting children out here make decisions for like other children? Everybody's like children trying to make decisions for children, and there's a handful of adult spirits in the world that know how to like actually comprehend a lot of this shit. Because bitch, I must have been here longer than you, bitch, if you don't understand. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Otherwise, you would have been trying to maybe figure out what I'm aware of now, what I've been aware of, and shit like that. Or you just be being and shit. You wouldn't like you just be being. You wouldn't even like be showing up at McDonald's. You might have maybe went to get a coffee or something, but you ain't like, I don't know, dude. It's just I just don't understand. You know, how certain things are important. Like, bitch, if I know how to feed myself, do I need your food anymore? Or you get what I'm saying? So that's the point. Like, whatever I'm trying to, like, me personally, I'm trying to reduce the amount of goddamn dependencies I have, which are foreign invaders and parasites depending on me and latching onto my spaceship and latching onto my vehicle and my vessel and shit, trying to use me for their goddamn lower desires, their lordship. You take your shit back to Europe. You take your shit back to Europe. Take your shit back to the Congo, wherever you. Shout out to my freed African. Shout out to any Africans out there. Y'all just doing the most treachery on everybody in the world right now, man. What is wrong with y'all, man? Don't you understand? You know that don't mean you keep going. That don't mean you keep message. The longer you perpetuate this lie, is the longer you're gonna have to deal with it. As far as the opposite end of having to clean it up. But bitch, it's gonna get so goddamn devastatingly disgusting. Bitch, you're not like putting all this shit on me. People are just so scattered and divided and conquered up. It's like it's a wrap. So I don't know what to do anymore. It's like, dude, you got feds watching me, watching everybody every day. They should be trying to maybe help people. They're not. They should be in real life. They're not. Somehow in they foggy land mind, they're justifying the logic behind exploiting everybody or kind of creating this little like weird setup of a monopoly game where like people, I guess, chose to be a part of it spiritually, but like certain terms and conditions aren't being upheld, and they keep changing the rules and shit. So it's like, wait, hold on, dude, I didn't agree to a game where y'all get to just change the rules and persecute me. Now I'm being treated personally. Like, wait, hold on, this was a game years ago and shit. Now that I'm more aware of some shit, now I'm like, it's like all the policy and all, like, then people really start showing their real colors. Most people want to put their hands on me or some weird shit, or get aggressive or something. I'm upset. Like, people might react to me being upset, and then that's like what they reacted to, being like they don't have their own thoughts and feelings. So that's my experience these days. Me having a lot of thoughts and feelings, and a lot of experiences, and a lot of life that I've lived. Like, in actuality, not in some man-made synthetic world, only in this world. Only in this worldview, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm talking about, like, before this body, I had another life. You know what I'm saying? I had another one, and you know what I'm saying? Do I gotta count these for you? There's way more than these. So it's like, shit, bitch, you might have to be in this human pocket, because it's different. You know what I'm saying? It's like shit. You want to play gotta colonize your ass for real. You want to try and colonize shit, bitch. All right, you finna get the same treatment, dude. Like, God, the actual life existed. Nobody like the Great Spirit for to put your ass in a goddamn colony pocket, hot pocket. Yeah, I think your ass finna be in the hottest hell hot pocket forever, dude, in that tiny ass microwave. Motherfuckers is crazy, dude. Y'all should have never started all. Look at this nonsense, bro. What is that, bro? Like, who even thinks of that as a thing to build, bro? Now, it's one thing if we're like, we all working together to do that, like, make one of those, like, all right, yeah, we gonna build this godly type of building structure body thing. Cool organization, cool teamwork. This is some whole other shit. We got one party trying to, like, overlord everybody and say, hey, y'all gotta build our shit. Otherwise, we pressing the nuke button. Man, fuck you, dude. That's it, man. This is a scam. Scamming ass nigga. Go ahead, bro. Y'all ain't got no cojones. These niggas ain't got no cojones.